Welcome back to MLB Tonight. I'm Robert Flores here alongside former GM Dan O'Dowd and baseball researcher Sarah Langs. The MLB Draft Combine is coming up. It's always an exciting time. Dan, what can we expect? What are you most looking forward to?
Well, again, these are the best players in the country. So players get to answer questions in this combine. Players get to push themselves up on the board. Players get to put themselves in a draft position. So I'm watching how the players are going to compete over the next few days.
And Sarah, this is a historic event this year because 2 female ball players receiving invites to participate in the Combine after their storied collegiate careers.
And of course, both these women are expected to be drafted, but that doesn't mean the Combine isn't important. It's an important opportunity to evaluate them with all of this technology and for fans and teams to see what they can do with all of this technology and all of this StatCast.
And what a unique story. You know, high school teammates separated in college, back on the field now competing against the best players within the game. That is just really exciting.
Well, we can't wait to see how it all unfolds at the Combine in Phoenix.
I got ends in the south, I got money in a safe. I don't bother with crumbs when it's bread on my plate. I don't share, I got bills of base.
Welcome to day 1 of the MLB Draft Combine from Chase Field in Arizona. The top high school and college baseball prospects, both male and female, showcased their skills this week, giving MLB clubs another opportunity to evaluate this year's draft class. It should be an impactful few days here in the desert. Alongside Sarah Langs, I'm Dan O'Dowd. It's time for batting practice, so let's turn our attention to what's happening down in the cage. Sarah, BP started now, and this is where the scouts really bear down. They're looking at presence in the box. They're looking at the balance, rhythm, and timing of the swings. They're looking at how clean a swing path is. They're looking how connected a player can be to a swing, and they're looking at the ability if they can hit the ball the entire field.
And there's so much data that comes along with BP. We've got exit velocity, which means we can look at how often the player's hitting the ball hard. In this day and age, hitting the ball hard has an actual definition. That's 95 plus miles an hour. And why do we care about that? Because in today's game, if you hit the ball hard, you're going to hit about 500 on those batted balls with a 1,000 slugging percentage. Another stat we'll look at is launch angle, and what we define as a sweet spot batted ball is 8 to 32 degrees of launch angle, basically a line drive. So I'll be looking at how often these players will be making that kind of contact as well.
You know, I think about big league players like Alvarez, Judge, Ohtani, Trout. Their hard hit ball data is crazy. Their launch angles are very consistent. And you add all the things that we're evaluating, and think about, Sarah, the pressure these young players are under right now is probably the most pressure-packed BP these players have ever taken in their careers. She was really good, utilized the entire field. I love how she utilizes her legs. She really stays on her backside. Tremendous lift in her swing and great carry. And you could really see how the ball had backspin to all parts of the field. Very impressive. Sarah, now we're going to take a look at the catchers. If there's ever a true skill position on the field, this is it. So in this drill work, we're going to look at a lot of different things. We're going to look at the throws they make, how their footwork plays out, their transfer from glove to hand, the accuracy and the carry on the throw to second base. We're going to take a peek at their blocking ability so we get to see their athleticism, how well they move from side to side. I get a real great feel on how tight their hips are in this kind of drill, which is really important for me from a scouting perspective. It's really a position that scouts overall miss on in the game. This drill work is really important from an evaluation position.
I love how you frame that because so many people think, oh, it's just about how fast you throw that ball down to second base on an attempted steal. But it's not that simple. That's why we measure pop time. Pop time is the idea of how long does it take you from receiving that ball from the pitcher to getting it to that second baseman or shortstop. And the absolute best in the game right now is JT Realmuto. The MLB average pop time to second base is 2 seconds. His average pop time to second base, 1.83 seconds.
Now, that is fascinating, and that's why they're making these catchers stay behind the plate so they can't cheat on making these throws, so they try to get an accurate pop time. Sarah, it's the most missed evaluation position on the field because of the deep projection that's involved from the most physically demanding position on the field. And that's why, again, this is a position you have to scout over and over again. It's a case where the moment got a little too big for her. You could see she was trying way too hard to impress instead of just doing what she's naturally done. Probably hasn't been in many of these type situations before. It'll be a tremendous learning experience for her, and I know the next time we see her, she'll be so much better in these situations. Well, we're down to the pitchers now, Sarah, and the variety of things scouts are looking for when they look at pitcher. They're looking at, how well their body works over the rubber. I talk about balance, rhythm, and timing within their delivery. They're certainly looking at arm strength. They're going to measure spin, horizontal movement, but you're really going to look at command. I mean, where the catcher's set up, can you throw the ball to that spot, within the strike zone or outside the strike zone, and can you do that with multiple pitches?
As you said, already a handful of things that will be measured here. Of course, velocity. You mentioned spin rate. Something else clubs take a look at is active spin. That's what percentage of that spin rate actually contributes to movement, as opposed to just spinning but not changing the way the ball is actually moving.
And so that's why deliveries are so important. Every one of those metrics, Sarah, is tied to your ability to duplicate your unique body type. And that's why you can get a lot out of these bullpen sessions by bearing down on a pitcher's delivery. Well above average, solid arm strength, great feel for her delivery. I mean, we're talking about well above average command with her fastball and in context with her delivery, which you rarely see at this age. She's got a chance to be a really solid middle of rotation starter in professional baseball.
Hello and welcome to the MLB Draft Combine on MLB The Show. I'm Ben Gelman and I'm thrilled to be bringing you all the action. Day 2 of the MLB Draft Combine commences, a true field of dreams and aspirations. Today, we're on the cusp of history as not one, but 2 women step onto this prestigious stage. One an up-and-coming pitcher, the other a potential everyday player in the making. Both ready to prove in no uncertain terms that they belong here. No matter what, today represents a seismic shift in the baseball landscape. Just about set to start this one, and towing the slab, Jim Crosby. With just 3 pitches in the mix, he really has to make sure he gets good deception on the changeup and keeps a consistent release point. If he can tunnel the fastball, slider, and change consistently, it forces hitters to stay back, and that can be the difference between a hit and an out. So 2 down, Karen Ponce getting ready to hit. That one is absolutely pummeled. It's back there. That one is gone. And they boost their lead. It's 2-0. It's never a bad thing adding some insurance runs, and that home run helped them do just that.
To carry the heavy load.
Not great command on the mound, and with a low 90s fastball, that's not a winning formula. Full marks to the hitter. She recognized the pitch early and belted it out. Broderick York will hit next. And now the 1-2. Hit hard, that gets through. Coming to the plate, here comes the throw. Safe! Beat the tag! And they trail by only 1. Nobody out, first and second here. Robbie Mayo digs in now. Another full count pitch. Sneaks through, base hit. Fires to the plate. Not in time, safe at home. It's 2-2. And here's the catcher, Karen Ponce. Already a solo homer in this one. Into the outfield, base hit. Throw back in quickly, first and second now with nobody out. And now the right fielder, Chad Ray.
Hey, nobody out now.
This one popped up, and they'll invoke the infield fly rule. And there are 2 outs. And now the shortstop, Roger Guerra. 0-2, and the delivery. And a pop-up in foul territory on the right side. Takes it in for the out. So 2 on and 2 out. Broderick York now at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Runner on the move. Man at first with 1 gone. And next, the cleanup hitter, Karen Ponce. She's already homered in this ball game.
Wait for your pitch up there.
And that one fouled off.
Hey, let's go, kid.
The 0-1. Foul ball there.
All right, come on now, let it fly.
Come on, give us something to work with here.
In the air and deep to left field. Snyder under it. Brings it in. Back here in the desert, we'll move on to the bottom of the 6th. Now it's the shortstop, Roger Guerra. Trying to bunt for a hit. And that's a bunt single. That was placed perfectly. 2 away. Runners at first and third. Here's the catcher, Karen Ponce. Turned on, but foul wide of third.
Hey, get a good one here right now.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. This one high in the air, out to left center. Makes the grab on the run. And that is out number 3. Comes the 1-2 pitch. Runner on the go. This one the other way. Base hit, right field. They take the force out. 2 down. So up next, Karen Ponce. 2 home runs under her belt already in this game, most recently in inning number 6. Now she's looking for her 3rd dinger in this spot. This crowd should be on the edge of their seats. Swinging a drive deep left field, pretty far back there. And that one's getting out of here. Did it again. Home run number 2 of the game. And they add to their lead. It's 13-8.
To carry the heavy load.
Not how you want to enter the game as a reliever. He left that one in a location that was too juicy for a hitter like this to pass up. Now he has to rebound and get right mentally for the next hitter he'll face. Game 1 of the MLB Draft Combine is over, and what an array of talent we've witnessed today, with many players leaving a lasting impression on scouts and fans alike. And we're only getting started. There's much more excitement to come. It's day 3 of the MLB Draft Combine here in Arizona. Another chance for these young prospects to impress in a high-stakes environment. I'm Ben Gelman, and we're just about set for today's games to begin. We are just about ready for baseball. And pitching in this game, Tino Rodriguez. Let's take a closer look. With just 3 pitches in the mix, he really has to make sure he gets good deception on the changeup and keeps a consistent release point. If he can tunnel the fastball, slider, and change consistently, it forces hitters to stay back, and that can be the difference between a hit and an out. Swing and a foul straight back. Swing, ground ball out to short. Whips it to first. 1 up, 1 down. Bob Sawyer digs in now. High fly ball lifted in the air, right field. Puts it away for the out. Base is empty with 2 out. Brock Argue will hit next. Line drive. No trouble here, puts it away for the out. That ends the... Digging in, it's the speedy outfielder, Eddie Campillo. 0-1. That curveball had no business getting a strike. The hitter was ready to crush it, but it never quite got to where it should have. The pitcher gets dirty on this one. Salazar over to second, but no throw to first, just holds on to it. Digging in, the switch-hitting outfielder, Bob Sawyer. That one pushed foul out of play off to the left. She's thrown a lot of first pitch strikes, so the hitters need to be ready to swing early. It may not run her on the move. Bounces this one to second, Lewis. That ends the inning. So another good inning on the mound. 6 shutout innings so far. We're back, and a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th, number 31. Game 2 of the MLB Draft Combine is in the books. We saw a lot of players make compelling cases for their futures in professional baseball. No easy task, knowing that every play, every swing, every pitch is being scrutinized. Hello and welcome to Day 4 of the MLB Draft Combine from the Desert. I'm Ben Gelman. One final opportunity for promising prospects to showcase their skills as draft day approaches. Just about to get underway. Our starting pitcher in this one, Chang-Ho Kim. With just 3 pitches to work with, he doesn't have a whole lot of room for error in terms of keeping hitters off balance. If they know you don't have all 3 working, they can guess what's coming much more easily, and they can tee off on you. I think he's gonna need to work the corners and mix speeds to avoid good contact. Robbie Rowe will hit next. This one popped up in foul ground on the first base side. 2 down. And now the first baseman, Ricky Powers. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Runner on the move. This one in for a strike.
1 ball.
Throws it away. And out. Tried to score on the misplay, but instead it's the 3rd out, and the inning is over. 1 hit. Bottom half of the 2nd. And here's the catcher, Karen Ponce. And the pitch. Hard hit to 3rd. To 1st. Leadoff batter retired here in the 2nd. Line drive for a base hit. Coming around 3rd. Throw to the plate. Tag, too late, runner scores. And now they're up by 3. And next, the cleanup hitter, Karen Ponce. 0 for 1.
Hey, get on for us here.
Hammers this one in the air, deep to left center. This one's gonna carry. It's out of here. An absolutely titanic shot, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 3-2. She came to the plate with a plan, and it paid off early. She blasted the first pitch she saw over the wall for a homer.
Carry the heavy load.
That was a low 90s fastball, and it wound up in a spot that was entirely too hittable. A pitcher who doesn't have great velo on the fastball has to locate better than that. 2 outs and a runner at first. Here's the catcher, Karen Ponce. She's already homered in this ballgame. Fouled off left side. While all of these prospects expect to be drafted, the personalized player report they receive, including evaluation data and tools for improvement, makes participation here a valuable experience no matter what happens in the future. 0-2, rocks and fires. Dives and can't hang on. Decides to eat it, and they don't get the out. And now at the plate, Andy Weiss. 1st and 2nd, 2 down. Bottom half of the 5th.
This guy will swing at anything.
Hey, you can do it. No one better. Let's go.
Bounces it to the left side. Fires across the diamond. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. 2 left. Here's the catcher, Karen Ponce. That one fouled off. Out in front a bit on that fastball, and as a result, she pulled it foul. She needs to stay back and think up the middle. Foul ball there. We were this close to having a tie ball game, but it just went foul. I'm sure she wants to get that kind of contact again, but keep it fair this time. Foul ball, still 0-2. And the tying run's at the plate. And there's a base hit. Runner rounds 3rd, on her way to the plate. Play at the plate, out. A long throw, and that. So here's the cleanup hitter, Karen Ponce. 3 homers already and getting another crack at making it 4.
1 down. Right here. 1 down. Here you go.
And that one fouled off. Bounce to the left side, and it goes just foul.
Hey, clutch up. Your turn right here.
0-2, here's the pitch. Spoils the two-strike offering, another coming up. You could tell she was sitting on that fastball, but she didn't keep the weight back long enough, and it hooked foul as a result. If she makes the adjustment, look out in the cheap seats. Skies it out towards left center.
You got it. You got it.
Makes the grab, there's two gone. That concludes this year's MLB Draft Combine. As always, it was a pleasure watching these young talents get a chance to showcase their skills and boost their draft stock. The barriers we saw broken were definitely an added bonus, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds.
With the 25th pick of the 8th round, the Colorado Rockies select Karen Ponce, a two-way player from the International Region. With the 14th pick of the 9th round, the New York Mets select Mia Lewis, a second baseman from the International Region.
So that concludes this year's first-year player draft, and there is certainly a lot to talk about, but nothing more important than the historic nature of this year's event, because we saw for the first time 2 female ball players get drafted, and it's got the entire sports world taking notice, Dan.
I mean, I can't even emphasize how huge this is for all the sports. And what happened tonight, Sarah, is a path was formed for other young women to be able to pursue the game of baseball at the highest level.
Absolutely. This is not just a feel-good story. These two women showed that they deserve to be considered at the highest level. They have what it takes to succeed in pro ball, maybe MLB one day as well.
Well, congratulations to all the players that were selected.